Before light, before time itself, there was only chaos, a vast nothing, silent, endless, eternal. From that darkness came the first breath of existence, a whisper, a heartbeat, a spark that would awaken creation itself. From the void, Gaia was born the earth, mother of all life. With her came Tartarus, the deep abyss below, and Eros, the first light of love. Gaia awoke in the silence of the void and felt her loneliness echo through eternity. So she called out to the heavens, and Uranus, the sky, descended to meet her. He wrapped his shining body around her, and together they formed the world. From their sacred union came the first mighty beings, the Titans, giants of creation, beings of pure power who shaped the mountains, rivers, and stars. But not all their children were beautiful. From Gaia's depths came the Cyclopes, the one-eyed smiths of thunder, and the Hecatoncheires, giants with 100 arms. Uranus feared their power. He cast them into the shadows of Gaia's body, burying them deep within the earth. Gaia cried out in pain. Her sorrow turned to fury. In her grief, she forged a weapon from the heart of stone, a curved sickle burning with vengeance. She gave it to her youngest Titan, Cronus. When Uranus descended once more to embrace the earth, Cronus struck. The sickle flashed through the heavens, and the sky itself was torn apart. Uranus fell, his blood scattered across the stars. And from that blood were born the Furies, the giants, and from the sea foam, Aphrodite. The age of the Titans had begun. Cronus rose as the new king of creation. Under his rule, the world entered a golden age, an era of peace and abundance, where rivers flowed freely and harvests never failed. Yet Gaia's voice returned, whispering a prophecy. One day a child of Cronus would overthrow him, just as he had done to his father. Fear consumed the Titan king. When Rhea bore their children, Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon, Cronus devoured them one by one. The world trembled with the cries of a mother's grief. When her final child was born, Rhea could bear it no longer. She hid the newborn on the island of Crete, in a cave beneath sacred mountains. In place of the child, she wrapped a stone in cloth and handed it to Cronus. The Titan swallowed the stone and believed himself safe. But the child lived. His name was Zeus. Raised in secret by nymphs, nurtured by the milk of the divine goat Amalthea, Zeus grew strong. Lightning danced around his hands. Storms whispered his name. He was born to change the world. When he came of age, Zeus descended into Tartarus, freeing the Cyclopes and the 100-handed giants his father had buried. In gratitude, they forged him a weapon, a thunderbolt that could split the sky. For Poseidon, they made a trident that ruled the sea. For Hades, a helm that made him unseen. With power in his grasp, Zeus returned to face Cronus. The storm gathered. Rhea gave Cronus a potion that burned like lightning. The Titan roared as his swallowed children burst forth, glowing, divine, reborn. Reunited, the 6 Olympian gods stood together. Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, Hera, Demeter, and Hestia. The heavens shook with their war cry. The rebellion had begun. For 10 years, the world was fire. Mountains shattered, oceans rose, storms devoured the sky. The Titans fought with rage, but the Olympians fought with destiny. Zeus hurled bolts of lightning that tore the heavens apart. Poseidon raised waves that swallowed the land. Hades unleashed the shadows of death upon his foes. And when the final bolt struck, the Titans fell. Bound in chains, they were cast deep into Tartarus, guarded by the 100-armed giants they once feared. Zeus stood victorious. The age of the Titans had ended. The age of the Olympians had begun. On the peak of Mount Olympus, the gods built their shining palace. Marble halls touched the clouds, and light never faded. From here, the new order of the cosmos was born. Zeus ruled the sky, king of gods and men. Poseidon commanded the seas, his trident stirring waves into storms. Hades reigned in the underworld, silent and eternal. Hera watched from her throne, proud queen of Olympus. Demeter made the fields bloom with life. Athena, born from Zeus's mind, brought wisdom and reason. Apollo spread light and music across the world, while his twin, Artemis, ruled the moon in the hunt. Ares thrived in battle, Aphrodite in beauty and desire, Hermes in cunning and speed, and Dionysus in wine and ecstasy. Together they ruled creation. Mortals built temples in their honor, raised prayers in awe, and sang their names beneath the stars. But even among gods, peace cannot last. Pride rose in their hearts. Jealousy burned in Olympus. Zeus clashed with Hera. Poseidon defied his brother. Hades plotted in the shadows. From their will came heroes. Heracles, who fought monsters for redemption. Perseus, who faced the gaze of Medusa. Achilles, whose rage shaped the Trojan War. The age of heroes began, and with it, the slow fading of the gods. Time passed. The temples cracked. The songs of worship grew quiet. Mortals began to forget. Olympus stood silent, its halls echoing with the ghosts of laughter. The thrones grew cold. The flames dimmed. The gods did not die. They simply drifted into memory. Now their names live only in stories, in the rustle of the wind, in the glimmer of stars that once bore their souls. The world returned to stillness. The stars glimmered in the void. Chaos watched once more, silent and endless. From nothing came creation. From creation, gods. From gods, men. And from men, myth. Even the gods are not eternal. They live as long as we remember. When the last story is told, they sleep again in the heart of chaos. And so the gods fade into the star, and the heroes return to legend. But the journey is never truly over. If you wish to walk the path of heroes, to witness more tales of courage, myth, and destiny, follow us on the hero's path. Subscribe and let the saga continue.